each individual from us, if he can reflect about it, relate it to his life, how incredible lessons that we as community, when we come together and discuss it, will be, inshallah, presented. Inshallah, I will take an artistic break, and I'd like to call Brother Yasir Muladina to, inshallah, enchant us with poetry about this event and about the Ansar of Imam Hussein. So, inshallah, I'll invite him and join with Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
I begin in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So I have two poems that I prepared for you today, and I just wanted to thank all the organizers who invited me here today, as well as all of you for coming out. So inshallah, I'll begin. Success today is measured by what's... Sorry, let me start again. Sorry about that. Success today is measured in terms of wealth, power, and possession. A creeping disease infecting us all, society's inherent obsession. The greatest struggle is defined by what's apparent and seen. So it's about what you got and not what you mean. But a divine man once said, your greatest struggle is internal. An epic battle between forces angelic and infernal. The whispers of greed, jealousy, and lust, like a chemical reaction, combust, igniting the hearts of humanity, driving us to the brink of insanity. Just look around for the signs of the impending calamity. People today, enticed by the idea of instant gratification, pleasure by any means without explanation, take a toke of the smoke without hesitation. Animalistic desires contribute to our sisters' objectification. And without knowing it, we become slaves, locked up in cages. Would you believe me if I told you this has been happening for ages? Chained to our desires, so we forgot any form of prostration. And the whispering shaitans rejoice in celebration. Yet some of us cry out, realizing what we've become. Oh Allah, show me a servant who has won. Show me a warrior who had to fight his desire. Show me a believer who was saved from the fire. Helpless and desperate, he came to you in need. One who was sincere in repentance, both in word and in deed. The Almighty responds, how gracious to his slave. For in Karbala he shows us a battle fought without blade. There upon the sands, one man contemplates his fate, deciding whether wealth and rank will outweigh heaven's gate. Before him lies the choice, one similar to our own, pleasure by any means, or the chance to atone. Weeping and forlorn, he makes his way to the camps of Al-Hussein, begging forgiveness for all the pain, first to his Lord, then to the son of Fatima. This was the grand struggle endorsed by Rasulullah. Brothers and sisters, you know this struggle because we live it every day, everything we read, everything we eat, and everything we say. But I see hope for humanity and all upon this earth. Because of that man in Karbala, whose story still remains, the one who purified his heart, removing every stain until even his blood pledged loyalty to Hussein as it coursed through every vein. His story reminds us all that we can make this change. I don't know your sin, your mindset or mentality, but look to Karbala for absolute morality and inspiration and source of salvation for the masses. So open up your Quran, seize the moment before time passes, and all praise is due to Allah for saving the legacy of this man. Because when desire would say you can't, Al-Hur would say you can. I stand on the rise, contemplating my demise as I hear children's cries, standing up against thousands of lies, my weapons at the ready, certainty and faith in the one, so I stand grim as I watch the rising sun. Hearing the call to prayers, knowing that this could be my last prostration, hands in the air, oh Allah, accept my sacrifice and my last supplication. I do this for you and you alone because of the path you've shown, letting me know that when I struggle, I could never be alone. You are my strength, right next to my life-giving vein, and for you, I do this again and again. Spilling my blood on the sands for your beloved Hussein, holding back tears, not at my pain, but at spilling my blood on the sand for your beloved Hussein, holding back tears, not at my loss, but at his back-breaking pain. Standing with the man, reforming his grandfather's nation, friends and family slain without consolation. And as the lights grew dim, he gave us all a choice. We cried out to Hussein, all in one voice, truth over falsehood, this is the legacy of your line. So when we struggle for justice, our faces will shine. I know there's no worldly gain, and some would see this as insane, but me, I see this as a spark that would ignite future flame. Because when I stood on the sands with my sword in my hand, I stood for justice and equality, my only demands were that persecution and abuse would not litter the land. I did it for Allah with a gesture so grand, to show the world its obligation. When oppression is seen, it's not an option, but a duty when the innocent scream. I am Hur and Muslim, John and Burair. I am Habib and Hani, Qais and Zuhair. I am the United Nations and Amnesty INT, all rolled into one. We were the army that died, but the movement had begun. So now millions gather and remember the sacrifice. But crying and remembering simply won't suffice. It's not enough to weep when poverty affects whole nations, children deprived of their rights, food and education. Palestine screams for Hussein as the bombs drop down. Imagine a mother's grief as her child's body is found. Child soldiers in Africa wielding AKs, and the politicians remark, oh, it's just one of those days. So today's oppression, it won't be televised on screens. We got our headphones in so we can't hear the screams. We have to fight for the truth. That's what Karbala means. It's reality in action, not just hopes and dreams. So with faith in my heart, I pray that we continue what was started, struggle till our last breath like the ones that departed, waving the flag of justice with contentment in our soul, knowing that the pleasure of Allah is our one solitary goal.